Finally, the New York Jets get their first win of the 2025 season against the Cincinnati Bengals. And before we get into this game, I will cover it from the Jets perspective here. A Bengals video will happen later on this week. I want to send my thoughts and my prayers out to the Nick Mangold family. We got the unfortunate news early this morning that he had unfortunately passed away. The worst news that you can get. He was an all-time player with this organization at the center position. One of the best centers the NFL has ever seen. 7-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, played every single season with the New York Jets in his career. He's the definition of playing like a Jet. Even when he was dealing with injuries, he went out there on the field and he left it all on the line every single week and every single year for this organization. But what's even bigger than what he did on the football field is what he was off the football field. He was a father. He was a husband. He leaves behind 4 children and a wife. And I hope everything is okay with the family. But we got that report that came out 2 weeks ago that Nick Mangold was battling kidney disease. And it's pretty eerie that 2 weeks later, we get the news that he passed away from complications of that disease at 41 years old. Losing anyone at any point in time in life is too soon, in my opinion. But especially for a man that was just 41 years old. And I hope everything will be okay with his family. I know it's a tough time right now. But when you look at this matchup with the New York Jets, it was very fitting that they came back and won the way that they did in the fourth quarter. Because they were down in this matchup 31-16. And Aaron Glenn, the New York Jets, and Justin Fields, they have been under fire this entire week. Woody Johnson comes out at the beginning of the week, in that owners meeting. He's holding interviews outside the building and inside the building. They're asking him questions about the offense. He said that he still had a lot of faith in Aaron Glenn. He thought that Aaron Glenn could basically turn things around. He loves Aaron Glenn. He talks to him every day. He said that he hugs him every day. But Justin Fields, on the other hand, he didn't say his name. But he said if we could complete a pass, we'll be better off. Everything would look better. Then he came back and he said it'll be tough for any coach to win this league when the quarterback has the rating that he has. Basically throwing Justin Fields underneath the bus the entire time. And I covered that early on this week in a different video. But to see Justin Fields bounce back in this game was refreshing. We got the report 72 hours ago that Tyrod Taylor would not be able to play in this matchup. He was dealing with a knee injury. Justin Fields had just got benched last week in favor for Tyrod Taylor to finish out that game. So it seemed like we were headed in that direction. But unfortunately for Tyrod Taylor, he goes down with a slight knee injury. But Justin Fields in this matchup, he was amazing passing the football. I know that a lot of people will come out and they'll say that his best game so far as a Jet came against the Steelers, but they lost that matchup. He was phenomenal in week 1, but he still missed some key throws later in that matchup. In today's game against the Bengals, he rarely missed throws. He was 21-32, 244 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, 0 interceptions. And you may say to yourself, okay, Justin Fields must have had 75 plus rushing yards in this one. That was not the case. They stopped the run game with Justin Fields. He only had 31 rushing yards. Majority of the damage that he did in this matchup came from his arm. He was inside the pocket. Give the offensive line a lot of credit. They allowed 0 sacks and he was able to evade pressure. He kept his eyes down the field. And this is something with Justin Fields. If he can do this on a consistent basis, he could be a better quarterback with the Jets. Just keep your eyes down the field. In other games against the Denver Broncos, against the Carolina Panthers, he's holding on to the football. He sees no one is open deep down the field. Options aren't open in front of him. He takes the ball, he tucks, he runs with it. Instead of trying to wear down the defense on the back end and create those passing lanes for himself. That's what he did in this matchup. Now, Breece Hall had 133 rushing yards in this one, 2 rushing touchdowns. He finally got it going once again on the ground. This is the best that Breece Hall has looked since he tore his ACL. And I'm talking about the entire season here. Breece Hall has been a very good running back this season with this organization, and he's playing for a contract, and he's playing like it right now. But the backup Davis, he comes in. He had a long rush that went for 50 yards in this matchup, got them going down the field in Isaiah Davis. And Isaiah Davis made some huge plays as a receiver in the backfield. He had 5 catches, 44 receiving yards. I want you guys to keep this in mind here. Tyler Johnson was the leading wide receiver in today's matchup with 64 receiving yards and a receiving touchdown. Garrett Wilson, he was out in this game. And Allen Lazard has not done much this season with the New York Jets. He had 1 catch for 5 yards in this one. Mason Taylor, your rookie tight end, 5 catches, 34 receiving yards, 1 receiving touchdown. So it's very impressive to see Justin Fields go out there and spread the football around and be accurate from inside the pocket. He shut a lot of people up this week, myself included. But you know that it's tough for a starting quarterback in this league to hear the owner that he plays for to basically say, hey, I don't have faith in you. I don't believe that you can go out there and you can complete a pass on a consistent basis. You're the biggest reason why we're losing football games right now. But if they can build off of this win against the Cincinnati Bengals, they could turn things around, similar to what Dan Campbell did with the Detroit Lions. I still have a lot of question marks about the New York Jets, but hey, you're no longer winless on the season. Any win in the NFL is a good win, especially when you come back from behind. When you were down 31-16 in the fourth quarter. Defensively speaking here, first in the second and third quarter, the defense did not look good. On a consistent basis, they had some good moments. In the fourth quarter, they looked phenomenal. And Sauce Gardner, he was not able to play in this matchup. But the front seven, they're putting a lot of pressure on Joe Flacco. They made him uncomfortable late in the game. They changed their defensive looks. Jamar Chase had 12 catches, 91 receiving yards. T. Higgins had 1 catch, 44 receiving yards, 1 receiving touchdown. They made him a non-factor for majority of the game. And they took away the run game for the Cincinnati Bengals. Even though early on in this matchup, Samaje had 9 carries, 94 receiving yards on the day, 1 rushing touchdown. Chase Brown, 12 carries, 73 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown. If I said receiving yards for Samaje, I meant rushing yards there. But in that fourth quarter, they finally woke up and they got momentum going. This is what you want to see from the New York Jets on a consistent basis. You want to see Justin Fields be that accurate passer inside the pocket and outside the pocket, working off of play action and using his legs in the open field when he has to. You want to see your defense have great moments. Because the talent that you have on the defensive end with Quinn Williams, the same with Jermaine Johnson. And I'm not saying that the New York Jets are about to go undefeated for the rest of the season. They're about to go on a crazy run here. But it was great to see a team that was winless get their first win of the season. They still have a lot of things to clean up here. But if Aaron Glenn can carry over this momentum for the rest of the season, they will be in a good spot long term. But let me know in the comment section below, how do you feel about this win for the New York Jets? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, I want each and every last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for the video, guys. God bless.